Cox3.com post-game show. Big win tonight for Santa Margarita over Servite 22-17. They go to 2-1 in the Trinity League, and they control their own destiny. And a very big win tonight for the Eagles and Rick Curtis.
Another adventure in the Trinity League. I'll tell you what, the games are always separated by a touchdown or less. The effort that these kids put forth, the coaching that goes on is just extraordinary. But we saw a game tonight with so many ebbs and flows. Santa Margarita dominated the first half. Servite came back with a great third quarter. And just when it looked like Rick Ellison had put this team on his back with a touchdown, Maurice Davison runs back a kickoff that makes everybody miss. They score very quickly, and another 5-point margin in the Trinity League, Santa Margarita coming out on top.
Yeah, and it was a 3rd and long. KJ Costello hitting Connor Bianchini just shy of the first down, but Santa Margarita comes up with the hard count on 4th and inches, and they convert.
That's a small thing when you think about everything a quarterback is asked to do. But I think Jeff Grady talked about that with his quarterback, and he said, look, we don't know if we should punt here or go for it. The kids wanted to go for it. So I said, well, let's go on 3. Let's give it the hard count and see if they jump, because the high school rule, as soon as you jump in the neutral zone, play's blown dead and you get those 5 yards. So it was a huge part of this game. But that's how fine, and what'd you say in the open about margin for victory or margin for error is almost non-existent.
Yeah, it's like scoring a gymnastics competition. I mean, there's 1/100th of a milli, score is the difference in this league. It was a crazy night in the Trinity League. Congratulations to Jay Serra. They beat Mater Dei, and then we heard late that Orange Lutheran was up over St. John Bosco. But let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights here. This was a fun game to call, folks, and if you weren't here, you missed a great high school football game. Santa Margarita got things started. Rick Ellison, who was our player of the game, he got things started with a blocked field goal. Then Santa Margarita, we talked to Rick Curtis, he said, we're going to go to the ground. They ground and pound. They go 8 plays, 78 yards, Dre Hall into the end zone to get things started for Santa Margarita, 7-0. Then Santa Margarita gets the ball back. This is a 3rd and 15. Connor Bianchini into the end zone. That's KJ Costello's 15th touchdown pass of the year. Then a blocked kick, so it's 12-0. Servite's got the ball late in the second quarter. Travis Waller on 4th and 2 with 7 seconds before the half walks into the end zone. Then Santa Margarita, they answer back with a long field goal. Rather, Servite answers back with a 42-yard field goal, and then it's the Rick Ellison show. He goes into the end zone. That makes it 22-10, okay? In control, 6:35 to go, but here he comes, Maurice Davison. Folks, this may be one of the best athletes we've seen on a football field in a long time. He did this all night long on the kickoff return. Look what he does here, making just about every Eagle miss. He takes it all the way down inside the 15-yard line, and they're in business with plenty of time left, and then Beachley answers the bell, goes into the end zone. That makes it the extra point good. That makes it 22-17. And then we talked about just a moment ago, Costello making the big play. Let's go to Garth Wyckoff. He's with our players of the game, KJ Costello and Rick Ellison. But before we do that, take a look at these numbers here, Coach. I mean, when you hold Travis Waller to under 80 yards through the air and on the ground, you've played a great defensive game. Jeff Veter needs to be complimented for his effort on the defensive side, coordinating the defense tonight.
Well, I thought we saw about a 50% Travis Waller tonight. 50% of him is better than most everybody else, but I think the defense was geared by Jeff Veter to stop Waller and make somebody else beat him. And I think they did a magnificent job of that. That young man's going to go to Oregon and have a great career. But I really think the focus was stop the running game, stop the option part of it, make them throw the ball. And I thought both teams had really great approaches to this game. I really liked Rick's idea of let's get it on the ground, let's control the line of scrimmage, which they did in the whole first half. But like every team in this league, Servite made a great comeback in the second half.
Indeed, and tonight the objective was clear. Run the football. Dre Hall, 105 yards on the ground. Rick Ellison with 127 yards on the ground in his debut performance as a running back. And let's go now to our players of the game. Garth Wyckoff standing by with KJ Costello and Rick Ellison.
A couple star Eagles are here with me tonight. A great performance. I got KJ Costello, the quarterback. He's a tall fella. You can see that. Either that or I'm really short. And this guy, I'll tell you about what position Ricky Ellison plays in just a moment. Let's start with the leader, the signal caller. Great game. Let's talk about the play down there. Fourth quarter, 5-point lead. You throw the great play on third down. It comes down to 1 inch, and the Eagles decide to keep the ball. Walk us through that hard count.
Well, it was 4th and an inch, and we weren't sure if we were going to go for it or punt because, we trusted our defense tonight. But, the linemen stepped up. We all said we wanted to go for it. It was for the game. And, it was about 1 inch. And offensively, we were going to do whatever we had to do to get that inch. And we ended up getting it, and that pretty much sealed the game.
Great performance here tonight. I know you got a touchdown pass. You were really spinning the ball quite well. What's it like being in these battles, the Trinity League, each and every week? And you guys coming off the big game last week against Olu, and then Servite battles back in this one. What's it like leading your football team in games like this?
It's crazy, man. The Trinity League is like the SEC. Every week you got to come out ready to battle. Every single team down the board, it's give or take each week who's going to win, and whoever fights the hardest normally comes out on top, and I believe we did that tonight.
Outstanding. All right, let's bring in Ricky. Okay, so Ricky's been waiting here. Let me tell you his position. He was running the football here tonight. We saw you running wild. First time ever playing the running back position. He's normally a cornerback or wide receiver. Coach calls your number. You did not let us down. The viewers, the coaches, the players, 16 carries, 123 yards, a touchdown, and you blocked a field goal in the first quarter. Talk about your performance tonight.
It just everyone pretty much stepped up today, running the ball. Just the linemen really stepped up, the guys, the wide receivers blocking downfield. It was just my job to find the holes and hit them. And then defense, everyone stepped up. We've been having little struggles, but everyone stepped up today, played well.
When they needed an inch, you got a yard. When they needed a yard, you got 5 yards tonight. You really were running very well. Has this changed your mind, or you think the coaches are going to think of twice about number 21 in the backfield?
I think the coaches are just going to make the right decision no matter who's carrying the ball. The coaches, they got that call.
Well, you got it wired. And what's it like for you participating in a game like this here tonight, helping your team get a big win in the final home game of the season?
No matter what game it is, a win always feels good. But, clinching a good win over a good team at Servite, it feels pretty good.
All right. Hey, KJ, get back in here, man. All right, these guys are hungry. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you so
Great
much.
game. Congratulations to you. The 2 stars are going to get themselves some pizza and sleep well tonight.
Thank you so much.
Those guys are having a lot of fun tonight, and they'll have a lot of fun at Selma's Pizza a little bit later on tonight. And Santa Margarita goes to 6-2, 2-1. They control their own destiny.
Well, whatever happens in the last 2 weeks of this Trinity League season, the last couple of weeks, we've had a chance to do 2 games that were beyond belief. Just terrific contests, great coaching, great individual efforts by these kids, and I'd put a lot of money on that's the toughest league in the United States in high school football.
Well, it's been a lot of fun the last 2 weeks covering the Trinity League right here on the Cox3 Sports Game of the Week. That's going to do it for our Cox3.com post-game show. 22-17, Santa Margarita on top of Servite. Good night, everyone.